We're going to start off with cause number 127, the state of Mark Denise Bernardo.
You want to swear them in?
Yes, that would be good. So if you'll all raise your right hand.
If you're testifying, do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. So the attorney on Bernardo is Sue. I know Lori's at Lyden.
Yeah, there's a Miss Peterson and Miss Denise Simmons, I believe. Maybe they're on.
Okay.
Rivera.
There's Miss Peterson and Denise. Yeah.
All right. So who's the attorney for the state, or is there one?
There's two attorneys for the estate. One represented Miss Heather and the other one represented Mr. Chandler.
So you're the attorney for the estate?
Mr. Chandler, so I will start with the questioning.
You may proceed.
Okay, thank you. I think, let me see if he's on mute. Chandler, you need to unmute your phone.
Okay, it's unmuted.
Okay, good. Please state your full name for the court.
Chandler Brighton Varnado.
Mr. Barnado, Mark Donis Barnado died on or about August 24, 2021 in Houston, Harris County, Texas.
Yes.
Was Mr. Mark Donis Barnado 51 years of age and residing in Chambers County, Texas at and before his death?
Yes.
To your knowledge, did Mr. Barnado die without a will?
Yes.
Was there a child or children born to or adopted by Mr. Mark Donis Barnado?
Just myself.
And at the time of his death, Mr. Barnado was married?
Yes.
To who?
Heather Varnado.
Was he married before he last?
Yes.
To who?
Carmen Varnado.
Which is your mom, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Did he have any children in that previous marriage?
Just myself.
And have 4 years elapsed between Mark Donis Barnado's death and the day when the application for the probate of Mark Donis Barnado was filed?
No, ma'am.
And at the time of his death, did Mark Donis Barnado own property value in excess of $105,000 in Chambers County?
I don't know.
I think it's a little bit more than that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, a little bit more than that.
Okay, does a necessity exist for the administration of Mark Donis Barnado's estate?
Yes.
And you're here today because you want to be the co-administrator of this estate, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And is there any reason why you should not serve as co-administrator of the estate?
No.
And did notice was sent to all the distributors of this estate?
Yes.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony or a crime of moral turpitude?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been convicted of fraud?
No.
And do you know that as part of your duties as co-administrator, you will have to file an inventory with the court?
Yes.
You know, I pass my witness.
Counsel.
Thank you. Mr. Varnado, my name is Lori Walsh. I'm the attorney ad litem appointed by this court. And I'm just wondering, you said that your father did not have a will. Do you know whether a search was conducted for a will after your father died?
From my knowledge, Heather looked in all of the places that she thought they had important paperwork and nothing was found.
Okay. And did your father ever take any children into his home and raise them as a child of his own other than yourself?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I pass the witness.
All right, Counselor, call your next witness.
Denise, you have Carrie and Liz both in here now.
Okay, perfect. Jamie, are you going to do Heather and then I will do the witnesses?
Sure, I'll go ahead and do Heather. Thank you. Okay, Heather, you need to unmute your microphone now.
Okay.
Great. Okay, Your Honor, I don't need to do the proof of death things again, right? Just the qualification questions for Heather.
Correct.
Okay, great. Heather, will you please state your full name for the court?
Heather Ray Varnado.
Okay, and is it correct that you were married to Mark Donis Varnado at the time of his death?
Yes.
Okay, and you are here today because you are also applying to be the co-administrator of his estate. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, did Mark pass away without a will?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any issue with the testimony that Chandler has given so far?
No.
Do you agree with everything he said so far?
Yes. However, there is a lockbox at the bank. Some people have told me there may be one there. I don't know.
Well, you haven't been able to access it.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
But those that have told me that, I don't completely trust them. So
As far as you know, there's not a
as
will.
far as I know, there is not a will.
Okay. Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, has all of the proof required for probate been made?
Yes.
Okay. And you are not disqualified from accepting letters of co-administration, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you've never been convicted of a felony or of a crime of moral turpitude?
I have not.
Okay. And have you ever been convicted for fraud?
No.
Okay. And is there any reason you can think of that you cannot serve as independent co-administrator of the estate?
No.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Counselor.
Thank you. Ms. Varnado, my name is Lori Walsh. I'm the attorney ad litem. I did want to ask you a quick question about whether your husband had a will. Did you ever have any conversations with him about whether he had a will or whether he needed to have a will done?
We had conversations, yes. And it just never got done as far as I know.
So in those conversations, did he tell you I do not have a will? Or that
He
I need to
never
have a will
said-
done?
No, he would always say, this is how I want the will done. Is what he
Okay.
would say.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
All right. What other witnesses do you have?
I'm calling right now applicant Kelly Spell.
Carrie Spell.
You have to mute your.
Carrie, you muted.
Okay, Carrie Spell.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Spell. Please state your full name for the court.
It's Carrie Raylene Spell.
And Ms. Spell, how do you know Mr. Barnado?
So he's been a longtime friend of my son, and I was his mother's best friend.
And you heard the testimony of Mr. Chandler Barnado regarding the facts of Mr. Barnado's marriage and his child, right?
Yes.
And do you know of any other marriages that Mr. Barnado has besides these two?
He did not have any that he ever told me about.
Okay. Do you know of any of other children besides Chandler?
None.
And if I ask you the same questions I asked Mr. Barnado, your answer will be more or less the same?
That's correct.
I pass my witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Walsh.
Good morning, Ms. Bell. I'm Lori Walsh. I'm the attorney ad litem. Are you confident in telling this court that you knew Mr. Varnado well enough to know that if he had ever had any other children born to or adopted by him, that you would have known about those children?
I am confident.
And do you stand to inherit from Mr. Varnado's estate?
I do not.
Have you been compensated in any way for your testimony today?
I have not.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
And just for the record, Carrie's my kinfolk. So how you doing, cuz?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
You look good
Okay,
on the screen.
Your next witness.
I'm calling right now Miss Cornelius. I don't see her, so I don't know if she's.
There's a
Hello?
JDC 165.
Yes.
Can you turn your camera on?
Judge, this is Marangeli. So I think her video feed is on. Maybe her lens is turned off or blocked.
Yeah, she
So-
said she just texted me. It's her husband's work computer. She's trying to figure out how to get the lens on.
Sometimes it's at the very top in the middle. If it's a laptop, it's at the very top. Sometimes there's a little button you can toggle back to left and right.
I had a sticky note over my lens one time, so that could happen too.
Yep. Been there, done that.
Yeah. So I don't see her anymore. She's still on.
Yeah, she's still there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, she's trying to get that. I'm going to skip down to number 98, the state of Pauline M. Winslow. Mr. Baker, good morning.
Thank you, Judge. I have
You may proceed.
Winslow here. I don't know if y'all have ever met. Good, sir. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Winslow, you have been sworn as a witness, correct? Yes. All right. You are here asking the judge to admit the last will and testament of your mother, Pauline Ann Winslow, named in the will Pauline A. Winslow, as a muniment of title. Yes. To probate as a muniment of title. All right. Now, is it true that your mama died on 18 May of 2023 in Chambers County, Texas? Yes. And she was 90 years old, correct? Yes. Now, she was a widow. She had been married to your father, Peter Alexander Winslow. Yes. And he died 9 November of 2014. Correct. And in my application, I had a typo. I had him dying in 2009, but that's wrong. That's the year they did their wills. Yes. All right. And so, but prior to their deaths, they had created inter vivos trust where they had thought they had probate or had conveyed all their property into a trust, and they were the initial trustees, correct? Correct. And there was not going to be a need for a probate, but when your mama died, you found out that there's somebody that says they have some funds that belong to her estate, and her will and your dad's will had ultimately conveyed all the property they had at their death. If it wasn't already in the trust, they conveyed it to a trustee so that the property would go into the trust, correct? Correct. Now, they were the initial trustees. Sorry, Judge, it's a little more complicated than normal because of the trust.
Yeah, I hear that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they were the initial trustees. And then when your father died, then your mama became the trustee. And then when she died, you became the trustee. Correct. You were named as the first successor trustee, and you have accepted that appointment. Yes. Okay. And then you're a beneficiary of the trust, and your two siblings are beneficiaries of the trust. Correct. All right. Now, to help this out a little bit, we have prepared a proof of death and other facts, and you have a 2-page document, and you have read that. Yes. And you're going to offer that to the court as evidence in this case in furtherance of this application, correct? Yes. All right. Now, at the time your mama died, she lived in Chambers County, Texas, right? Yes. And right across from you. Yes. In 2102 FM 2936. Correct. Okay. And well, that's your address. My address. And she lived right across the street. right?
2106.
2106. All right. And then she had, you didn't think she had any property other than personal effects, but come to find out there might be a substantial sum of financial property that needs to be collected.
Yeah, it's something to do with one of my father's pensions.
Okay. And there are no debts to pay. There's no need for an administration, correct?
Correct.
And you knew your mama's business, right?
Yeah, I've taken care of all her medical and financial for the last year and a half or 2 years.
Okay. And as far as that goes, you knew your dad's business too, right?
Yes.
All right. And now, when we filed this application with the court, we have this will that's dated 31 March of 2009. And you brought the original to me, and it's with the court, correct?
Correct.
Judge, would you take judicial notice that you have that original will dated with you?
So it's right in front of me.
Okay. Is that your mama's signature as the testatrix?
Yes.
And did she ever revoke that will?
No, sir.
And did you know her business well enough that if she revoked that will, you would know about it?
Yeah, I would know.
Okay. After the date of that will, did she have any children born to her or adopted by her?
No, sir.
All right. And when she died, she was a widow, never remarried, correct?
No, sir.
So that's correct?
Yes.
All right. And she never applied for or received Medicaid, right?
Yeah,
She
took
had
care of herself.
Medicare.
Yes, Medicare, but she took care of herself.
All right. And that is a self-proving will. And Judge, we ask that you admit it to probate as a muniment of title only.
So down. Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Winslow, take care.
We're
All right.
leaving.
We're
leaving the program.
All right. Back to 127. Who's the witness that was called? What's your name?
You're muted, Liz.
Hello, I'm here. Sorry, y'all.
Okay. What was your name again, ma'am?
Elizabeth Cornelius.
Thank you. And you may proceed, Counselor.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Cornelius. Please state your full name for the court.
Elizabeth Ann Cornelius.
Ms. Cornelius, how did you know Mr. Barnett?
I became friends with his deceased wife, and at that point, they became family friends.
So it's more than 10 years, right?
Yes.
And you heard the testimony of Mr. Chandler Barnett regarding the facts of Mr. Barnett's marriage and his child?
Yes.
And do you know any other marriages that Mr. Barnett has beside Heather and Miss Carmen Barnett?
No.
And do you know of any other children besides Chandler?
No.
And if I ask you the same questions I asked Mr. Barnett, will your answer will be more or less the same?
Yes.
I pass my witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Walsh. You're muted, Lori.
Thank you. Ms. Cornelius, you don't stand to inherit from Mr. Varnado's estate, correct?
No.
And you have not been compensated in any way for your testimony today, correct?
No.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Okay.
Your Honor, sorry, I want you to take judicial notice that both affidavits were filed on Cornelius on May 23rd and on Spell on May 23rd too.
Okay, so done. All right, any other witnesses?
No.
All right, I got too many papers here on my desk. All right, so the judge is declaring heirship. Ms. Walsh, you agree with it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you signed off on it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to approve the judgment declaring heirship and grant independent administration and letters of administration. I'm also going to approve the attorney line fees for Ms. Walsh.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You are dismissed unless you have
Thank you,
something
Your
else.
Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You all have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, cause number 101, the state of Bang Duck Win.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Did we swear you in a while ago?
I'll swear in again if you'd like.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're giving today is true and correct?
I do.
So-
I got you.
Thank you.
Hey, you may proceed, Counselor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, my name is Brandon Benoit. I'm
Okay,
here
and
in
we'll
the
hang
state-
up on you, Marcy, and just wait for him to call, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here
Go
on
ahead.
the state of Bong Duck Win. That will be the last time I try to pronounce that. I'll refer to him as the decedent.
Okay.
The decedent passed away August 6, 2023 in Harris County, Texas. At the time of his death, he had a fixed place of residence and domicile in Oak Island, there in Chambers County. 4 years have not elapsed since his date of death. He left a written will dated April 11th, 2019, the original of which has been tendered to the court. That will is self-proved as provided by the Texas Estates Code. To the best of my knowledge, he did not revoke that will after its execution. He did not have any children born to or adopted by him after the execution as well. No charitable organization, government agency, or state agency are named as a beneficiary under the will. The decedent did not owe any estate, any debts owing to the estate other than those secured by real estate. He did not apply for or receive any Medicaid benefits. And we're asking the court to admit the will to probate as a muniment of title only.
So done. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Judge. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. All right, cause number 107, the state of Glenda Carroll Anderson. You are muted, sir. I see your lips moving. There
Is
you
that
go.
it? Can you hear me, sir?
That's it.
Okay. Derek Fowler for the applicant, Your Honor. Mr. Bruce Allen Anderson is the applicant. Decedent's estate, Glenda Carroll Anderson, also known as Glenda Thornton Anderson. She passed away October 3rd, 2023, was involved in an accident December 1st, 2021. She lived in Chambers County at the time of her death. She was married to Mr. Anderson at the time of her death, and we're actually asking for a temporary administration here for time limits. And if it pleases the court, just 3 quick questions for Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, have you read the proof of death and other facts?
Yes.
Are they true and correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that would prevent you from executing your oath of office?
No.
Your Honor, unless you have something further you would like.
What about the bond amount? Any testimony to the bond?
Sir, the last one we did was 100, but that was in Jefferson County. This is your court, we're fine with whatever you come up with.
Last one you did was $100.
Yes, sir.
So, why was it set at 100? Can you?
You're good with 100. And to let the court know, we will have, I'll have an application for an administration shortly.
Okay.
As soon as I can get, we have one son we need to bring in to get him to sign waivers.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go along with Jefferson County and make it $100 bond.
Yes, sir. I'll have that to you.
And
tomorrow.
approve the temporary administration.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And let's go through some, Judge,
Okay.
on that transfer.
All right, cause number 44, the interest of Larry Patrick Gothrow Jr. And you are Miss Gothrow. You Marcy Gothrow, correct? Yes.
He was having problems with this anyway.
Miss
Let me
Miss
try to.
Guthrie, can you hear me? It didn't show she's muted.
No, I don't. Hang on just a moment. Sorry, I got her on speaker, so maybe this will help.
Hi, hon.
Um,
all of a sudden it went my video. I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't? Okay, because the judge is on talking.
Yeah, I know it says judge talking, but I'm like, why ain't I hearing him? And then it said tap to speak, and I did, and then it's
Okay, well, I'm going to let the judge speak, and hopefully you can hear him. And can you hear her, Judge?
I can hear her. Can you turn your video back on?
Can you turn your video back on?
Sure, I'll try anything.
Right.
That's all right. I've already seen you. I think we're
See
fine.
how this goes. Let me see. Let me see if I can get your video back. Hold on. Okay. Meeting? New meeting. Okay, give me the link to share. Start. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh, here it is. I think I got it. Come on. No, it's not doing. Oh.
Okay, Miss Guthrie.
Yes.
It's okay. I've already seen you. I know you're there, and we can hear you. All right. So let's see. Let me make sure I'm straight with this. This is a guardianship that was done in Missouri, and it was transferred here, but it was transferred to Jefferson County and should have been transferred to Chambers County. Is that correct?
Yes. After we got all done, and then the guy said, he called me back, and the lawyer did, and he goes, hold it. And he said, you're in Chambers. I said, well, yeah. And he goes, no, you get this done in Jefferson. It's all got to be transferred over there. And I said, okay. So that's why I got on it.
Okay, looks like everything's in order for the transfer. The only thing we need is your bond.
Okay.
It looks like Jefferson County set the bond amount at 1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
So-
they did at the 1,000, Judge, but we never did receive it.
Oh.
Did you place that bond?
No, I never. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I never did. I never had to pay nothing if that's what you're talking about, or a bond. I don't know exactly. He just said everything's A-okay. You don't owe nothing. I said, okay.
Well, you didn't place a bond because it was in the wrong court, in the wrong county.
Yeah.
But we do have to have a bond. So how much does it get a month? Is that your son, correct?
Yeah, my son only gets 1,004 a month.
And where does that money go?
Well, I buy him his clothes, food, and whatever needs he needs, doctor trips or whatever.
Okay.
It all
I mean,
goes to him.
I felt like that was the case, but just wanted to hear you say it. So we do have to have a bond.
Okay. So how do I go about that, or how do I pay that? I mean,
I'm going to do a minimal bond on this. There's no other assets other than what he gets
right.
monthly, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to set $100 bond.
Okay.
And you can get with Melinda on how you take care of that.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, sir.
And I'm going to approve the transfer from Jefferson County to Chambers County.
Okay.
Melinda, that take care of all of it.
Yes, sir. I'll